Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. It is Sunday morning. Got a great video planned out for you guys. I want to touch up today a little bit on the numbers of gold and silver, the gold-silver ratio and the recent job numbers, and what we could see with the Fed meeting coming right around the corner. So I think you're going to enjoy this video. I think it's going to help you make the right choices if you go out to purchase precious metals this weekend or later this week, because you really need to be mindful of what's going on. A lot of people that want to still spew this, I'm just going to call it for what it is, this nonsense that we're going to see gold and silver plunge to obscenely low numbers. I really want people to take a look at a couple of these things that I'm going to show you guys, and in this I think you'll come up with the same conclusion that I'm going to come up with, that if you're looking to make any purchases, maybe silver might be the right way to go right now, and maybe back off a little bit on gold if you are one of those people that you kind of like to buy both. I'll be honest, I've always said this, I like to buy gold, I like to buy silver. I like them for different reasons. Obviously, space does start to become an issue depending on how you store your collection, where you store your collection. And with gold, it's a lot of wealth in a compact area, and so that's why I do like gold. But right now, all the indicators that I look at are pointing to me wanting more silver and not really wanting gold, right down to the point where if I could trade off my gold today, I would love to have more silver in my collection. Obviously, I would be picky on what I traded off. I wouldn't want to trade small 1 gram bars or, something small, even though I'm not a big fan of gram bars. The smaller you go, obviously, the more expensive it is. So if I had an opportunity to trade the current gold-silver ratio today, I would love to trade some ounces away for some silver, because I really think that there's a good opportunity with the silver right now. And I'll be honest, there's opportunity with gold. I just don't think it's going to be as good. So with that being said, let's jump right in. Let's get started on today's video. I didn't want this video to be too long today, but I really think you guys are going to enjoy it. So with that being said, let's jump in. Okay. So right off the bat, if you're new to the channel, please take a quick minute and hit that subscribe button, help me out, and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out more than you know. Check out all of our great videos. I know a lot of people have been talking right now about what's going on with the whole Gulf of Mexico, Greenland, Panama Canal, Canada. You've probably heard a lot of this, and I think there's a lot of news out there. A lot of people now are starting to talk about the reasoning behind this, and a lot of people understand the dollar is collapsing, and so they're looking for ways to kind of prop it up a little bit more. We've been under attack financially for a while now. The economy is not as good as they're telling you. We're going to talk a little bit about some of them numbers as we get going. So with that being said, let's take a quick look real quick, and let's look at what gold is right now. So gold is trading right now at $30.36, up pretty much 5 days now. So we're starting to see the upward trend. A lot of people like to comment how we got destroyed from the $35. Here's the thing. We were at $32.50 in my opinion. We went up to $35 for a very, very short amount of time. That was called, in my opinion, a spike. It was a spike for whatever the reasons. It spiked up, and then it came right back down to 32. Now, it has dipped down since a little bit. We're sitting at $30. That doesn't worry me at all. I think there's great opportunity, and a lot of that does stem around as I watch the silver futures numbers sitting at $31.30, which is a little bit right around $1. We'll say $1 up. So you got your futures trading at $1 above the spot price. Jumping over, I want to take a quick look at gold. Gold right now trading at $2,690.30. But when you look at the 5-day trend, which I already have pulled up for you, you can see there again, gold picking up momentum. A lot of people wanted to say, and it was all over the news for a while, how gold took this huge plunge, big sell-offs in gold. Gold is a risky asset. Get out of gold now while you still can and save yourself and run and on and on and on. Meanwhile, you see a big drop, and then all of a sudden, what do you see? You see it climbing right back up there again. And you can see it right here. I mean, gold was Gold was up there. We were at 27, high 27s, I thought. Let's see here. Let me zoom back just a little bit more. There you go. You can see, I mean, it's been up there, gold, a couple times. We're working our way right back up again. It doesn't faze me in the least, these little pullbacks, because every time it pulls back, one, that's a buying opportunity. Two, that's an opportunity for them to trash talk it in the news. When I'm looking right now, though, at the gold-silver ratio, which I really love looking at, you got the gold-silver ratio now at 88.5 to 1. I mean, it was actually over 90 not too long ago. Now, I think that's a great opportunity. Those are good numbers to me. It points to that I'd rather have silver right now than gold. Now, does that mean I don't like gold? It doesn't mean that at all. It just means which one am I going to make more money holding? Now, some people right off are going to say you don't buy gold to make money. And though that is partially correct, some of us don't hold cash like a lot of people. I mean, I don't really like to hold my spendable money in the form of cash. I prefer to hold gold. And if I need to let go of a coin or some coins, I've never had a problem selling. I really haven't. I've got a lot of friends that stack, a lot of friends that collect, and it just makes sense to me that, you know what, if I've got extra money, then maybe I'd rather just buy some extra coins, hold it, because it's inevitable, in my personal opinion, that we're going to see precious metals continue to rise, especially with a lot of the nonsense that's out there right now. And I'm going to talk here just a little bit. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the amazing jobs numbers that recently came out. We've had huge numbers, better than expected, 256,000 jobs. Obviously, it was all over the news on Friday what had happened, these amazing job numbers. And I've got to stress, I can't stress this enough, the jobs numbers have been revised over and over and over again. So they put out these numbers, they make them high, they don't have all the information, but they got to put something out, so they put it out. And a few weeks later, what do? They revise the numbers. Well, when they revise numbers, it never makes the news. You never hear it on mainstream media. They don't talk about it. Oh, well, they announced that it was 256,000 jobs, but technically there was only 200,000 new jobs. So, you know, you don't hear that. They bury it on the back of some paper somewhere, and it's not newsworthy. You know, but the truth of the matter is, that's a big number. 256,000. If that was correct, that would be great. I would almost bet anything it's not correct. It's a great way to make the previous administration look good as they're on their way out the door. And then, who knows? Maybe we'll see the true numbers. I actually had someone leave me a comment, multiple comments, about how as soon as the new administration comes in, they're going to basically revise all the numbers and show us what the true numbers are. And I don't think they're going to be good. And I know right now we got our Fed meeting coming up later in the month. A lot of people are saying, oh, they're not going to raise interest rates. They're not going to cut interest rates. They're just going to keep interest rates right where they are because the jobs numbers were so good. You know, here's the thing. I don't know 100% what they're going to do, but I'm thinking that the Fed sees the real numbers, and I think they know the real numbers, and they know things are not good. And they understand that if they cut interest rates too much, inflation's going to get bad. People are going to get angry. They're going to start snapping. And if they don't cut the interest rates, a lot of big banks are in trouble. Despite what they want to tell you, banks are in trouble right now. They've loaned out a lot of money at essentially lower rates, and now rates are going up. Well, a lot of those are kind of locked in. They have incentive to tell you that the rates are going to go higher. Now, someone might not realize, well, what incentive do they have? Think about it. If they tell you the rates are going to go up, that's going to press you to hurry up and make that big purchase. Maybe you're looking at a new car. I better hurry up and buy my car before interest rates go up. Maybe you're looking at a new house. Oh, I better hurry up and buy a new house and close on this deal before the interest rates go up. You know, so to me, it's a tactic that of what they're doing. They let's be honest. You look at what the Fed has done over the last few years. They almost never predict correctly. They say they're going to do one thing, and then they do the total opposite. I mean, literally, they tell you inflation's or they tell you there's no inflation. than there is. They tell you inflation's transitory. Clearly it's not. They tell you that they were going to start raising interest rates. They decide to cut. I mean, literally everything they have done has been the opposite of what they said, because they know what they have to do. They know what they have to do to stay afloat. They know what they have to do to basically lower prices in the economy, to raise prices in the economy. These are not stupid people. I'll be honest. These people are people that are essentially some of the best in the economics field. I mean, Jerome Powell, I don't think the guy's dumb. I just think he knows he can't say certain things. You know, some people, they don't like, I'll be honest, they don't like Trump. They think that some of the stuff that he says or doesn't say is bad. It's wrong. If Trump came out and told you the dollar is collapsing and it's going to be in the end of the dollar, almost everybody in the country, or at least every Trump supporter in the country, is going to hurry up and they're going to run to precious metals. And they're going to dump those dollars really quick. Maybe they'll run to Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies or any kind of hard assets. He would basically single-handedly destroy the U.S. dollar. They've got to keep you in the dark. Now, me, on the other hand, it doesn't bother me what you do. I mean, I tell people, you want to buy gold, buy gold. You want to buy silver, buy silver. You want to hold dollars in your pillowcase, in your mattress, in your bank account, it doesn't matter to me. You're the one that's going to have to essentially make your own choices. That's why I would say this ain't financial advice. I'm telling you my opinions, and you guys need to make your own choices, because ultimately it's going to be you and your family that pays the price for those choices. A question came up, why do people think the jobs numbers are BS? They're misleading. Why do I think that? And I was curious what other people thought. You know, a big one is the constant revisions. I mean, they continue to revise the numbers over and over again. And, you know, when you start seeing that, I mean, that only makes sense that, do they know what they're doing? Are they just rushing out a set of numbers just to beat the clock and get the report out, or are they actually doing the breakdown? And I think once you realize that, you start to realize, yeah, it doesn't make sense what's going on. Taking a quick look at the DXY before we get last on my thoughts on the Fed meeting. DXY looking good still. We're at 109.64. I think those are good numbers. They make the dollar look strong, but like I did in a previous video and explained to you how those numbers come about, you start realizing that the dollar is maybe strong against the other 6 currencies that they're being balanced against. I would love to, I've always said this, run a marathon and be able to pick the 6 or 10 or 100 competitors I'm going to run against. You know, once you realize that, you start to really understand that the dollar's not as good as it seems. If the dollar was as strong as they would count it, you wouldn't be seeing gold going up. You would see gold start to gradually come down. But the truth of the matter is, more and more people are taking their dollars and they're putting into gold. They're putting it into silver. And I really think we're seeing the climb in gold. We're not seeing huge gains in silver right now. And the reason you know that is you see the DXY slowly the gold silver ratio slowly climbing up. That means that gold is trickling up, but silver hasn't really caught up yet. When silver really has its pickup, you're going to see silver have a big jump, in my personal opinion. And then it's going to kind of be too late, because everybody will be watching it. They're going to see the climb, and they're already going to have missed the boat. I've had more and more people ask me lately, hey, what are you doing? Are you picking up deals? Are you picking up anything? Are you slowed down? I mean, I tell people I've slowed down a little bit, but if it wasn't for me remodeling my house a little bit right now, because I do want to sell it down the road, although I have been looking into some other types of investments that could help me get the money that I make off my house, not have to pay that huge tax, I guess you can say that tax gain, and do it legitly, obviously. In some cases, if you hurry up and you invest the gains in something, certain types of other investments, maybe another home right off the bat, then you have that edge, especially if you lived in the home for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure if that applies to, you can only do it like a certain amount of times and then you can't keep doing it. I don't know. I got to look into some of that this week but it doesn't matter because I'm not really ready right now to sell. So we'll see what happens on that. Moving on. The big question, what is the Fed going to do? I mean, a lot of attention is on the Fed just keeping rates the same. I think that's probably realistically what they're going to do. They're going to kick back, not really put another Fed rate cut or a Fed rate raise in. I think we'll just see it kind of stay right where it's at. I think that could upset a few people, obviously investors. And once that happens, I think we could see maybe a little bit more of a sell-off in the markets. But obviously, by not cutting interest rates, that does help strengthen the dollar. That is a ploy. I think there's going to be a lot of upset people if they don't cut interest rates, though, because they want to see rates cut. Now, the big question is, obviously, if they keep rates the same, what will that do? I mean, here's the thing. Easy money promotes people to spend money a little more frivolously. Maybe, you see rate cuts coming. Maybe you want to gamble a little bit more money on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. We are coming into tax season. Now, tax season is when a lot of people do get refunds. And generally, those refunds do rise the price of cryptocurrencies. So we could see some sort of a slow climb in cryptos. We'll also could see something in precious metals. I feel extremely comfortable purchasing silver right now. If the deal came up where it was like no premium gold, or I won't say no premium, but if there's no premium, then I would probably take it. The other day I got offered 21 gram Volcambi bar. And I actually had the deal came up, and it was like 1,800, I think. And I almost took it. I was like, that's pretty close to spot. But I looked online, and they had them for 1,950 with a slow climb. And I said, I'm not going to pull the trigger on that. 1,850 is not anything spectacular. If it was, 17, I probably would have jumped on it. But it was right at that number where I was like, I'm not. It's not a hardcore deal. It's just a so-so deal. So, but we'll see what happens. I actually had someone write to me wanting to know if I was interested in some silver rounds, really close to spot. I kind of wish I had got them. Money was a little tight. I did free up some money this week, so I might end up emailing that person back and seeing if they ended up letting it go. But here's the thing. Silver at 30, 36. Right now, people are starting to see the uptrend. They may not want to get rid of stuff now. Christmas is over, and stuff like that. So I don't know how that deal would all play out yet. But I still think there's opportunity. Do I think we could see a little bit of a pullback on silver? I still believe we could see some sort of a small pullback. Is it going to happen soon? It's probably not going to happen this week. Probably not going to see anything happen until either just before the Fed meeting. I think as the February comes around, I think that's going to want to push silver and gold a whole lot higher. Remember what silver and gold did last year? Come the end of February, it took off like a rocket. And we have not seen those low numbers again. And I don't think we will see those low numbers again. I do like the huge amounts of volume that's trading in silver. You can see down here on the volume bars. As you see that is huge volatility moves. As you can see, look how it plunged and then shot right back up. Some people say that's obviously paper. And then when the paper pushes the price down, then somebody comes in and buys a huge amount of physical. We'll see how this is going to play out. I know there's a lot of people out there that have different opinions. I love to read yours. I hope you enjoyed the video. It is getting harder and harder to find ideas for videos because I do videos every day of the week. But I think it's some important stuff to think about. We'll see as the month goes on. Like I said, there's not a lot happening right now. The big numbers is going to be the Fed meeting, and we're going to see what happens later in the month with the Fed meeting. So I thank everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you hit the thumbs up button, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Y'all have a great day, and thank you all for watching. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.